Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. You're welcome to another session of our refresher training. You're welcome to another session of our refresher training for both SPA and head of schools, for the school portal administrators and the head of schools. Good afternoon, everybody. Please, if you can hear me, kindly signify and let me know that you're with us. If you can hear me, please kindly signify. Ojedokun, I can see you. Good afternoon. Ogunrinde Joseph Ayodele Motúnráyọ̀ Ìyábọ̀dé Adisa Oluwaseun Akínbọ̀rọ̀ Adérẹ̀mí Ayọ̀túndé Ògúntáyọ̀ Shirley Babe Adisa. Good afternoon, everybody. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Heritage. Thank you so much. All right, so we are sorry for the delay. So we are going to just start immediately without wasting much of our time. Once again, I'm Queensley Ademola, and with me in the house we have Precious or Jeremy, and we also have Akinde Isiaka. We have Precious or Jeremy. We have Akinde Isiaka in the house. So, but before I go in we properly, please, I would implore us that all of our questions that we want to ask, kindly drop them in the comment sections where we pick them up during our question and answer sessions. And also, please do well by liking and clicking the notification bells, and also majorly and very important, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel so you get updated and you get notified when we drop content for our educational purposes. So kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, click the notification bell and like it. Thank you very much. So without further ado, let's just start and dive right in. Hey, are you there with us? Please say hello to the house.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you very much, Quincy. So, yes, welcome to another section for today. We are so excited, starting from where we started the whole session. We are also super excited that we are having responses. The turnout is always something that is very interesting for us, and we're also very excited that we are able to provide all of this help and services that you need, to help you see through all of these old processes. And we'll be giving out some major updates for today's session. So just watch out for the updates as we go through the session together. So thank you very much, Quincy. And thank you guys. Welcome. Yep.
Welcome, Mr. Akinde. And yeah, I have Precious also. Precious or Jeremy, please kindly say hello to the house. Precious or Jeremy. Okay. I think he's not yet with us, so he'll join us. So please, Mr. Akinde, let's just dive right in without wasting our viewers' time. And please carry on, sir. Please unmute your mic. Please unmute your mic, Mr. Akinde.
Ooh, whoa. Awesome. All right. Thank you. Can you hear me now?
Yes, please.
Awesome. All right. Thank you very much. All right. So yes. So one of the key things we are glad about is that we're able to do all of these sessions consecutively, and everyone is also following us through. So like I said the other time that we have some major updates that I'll be sharing. I'll be doing that in a couple of while. I hope Precious is also here now while he's trying to join. Okay, so maybe to start with, for some of us that have questions, please remember to drop your questions in the comment section, right? We'll be picking the questions and also responding from there. Okay, so just a quick one. Some of the key focus that we'll be looking out in today's session, right? Um, I'm sure one of the key things has been ongoing for now is the placement, right? Most of us have questions around how do I do my placement successfully? How do I remove placements? How do I change my location? So we are going to be addressing all of those issues right today. Some of the questions that we'll also be addressing, there's a new update or there's a new feature that is called the school location, right? I'm sure most of us have done this before, right? But it's just like in a new phase that SPAs will just have to update our school geolocation. And we're also going to be doing, a practical demonstration around all of that as well. We'll also be touching around some of the key questions that we have around result processing and all of that. All right. So So just so before we get started, I would like to share my screen right now. Remember, if you have any questions, do please ensure to drop your questions in the comment section. We will be picking the questions directly from there. So I'm just trying to share my screen right now so I can get started. So while I share my screen, one of the vital information that we want to share for for all our SPAs and also all our HOS is that when it comes to results processing, right, for e-dossier processing, the promotion setting, it is essential that schools do not change. You have to follow the criteria that has been set by the ministry, right? We've seen some instances that some schools are trying to change the criteria. It's okay if you want to change, and if you're changing, you can't go below the pass mark that has been set. You can only increase the pass mark. Say, for example, where the ministry have set that the pass mark is 45% in mathematics and English, right? You cannot go below that benchmark. You can only improve the benchmark. And this only applies to those of us that are in the junior secondary and are also in the senior secondary segment, right? So for those of us in the right? So for those of us in the primary section, right, there's no point for us to do any of that. Okay. So another key interesting thing which you might also be interested about is so the minister has also set a deadline, which this is also very important for schools to also ensure that we all follow. Right. So the minister has set a deadline for all schools, whether primary or secondary, to complete anything around their third term promotional result, and the deadline is August 12th, which is this Friday. So while we are still checking through the analysis, we observe that most of us are still yet to complete SPA approval and even HOS approval on the broadsheet. So this is very important that we all ensure that we do all the necessary key things that we're supposed to do. Leak test or on or before leak test on Friday, this Friday, so that students will be able to access their results, online. And once again, the deadline that has been set is Friday, this Friday, which is 12th of August 2022. So you should also help to pass the information, across to all other schools as well. So that's another key information that we might want to see that we ensure, right? So I'm trying to share my screen right now. I don't know why I seems to have a bit of issue sharing my screen. Okay, so just hold on a bit while I try to
Hello, everybody. I hope you can all hear me. Hello, everybody. Please, if you can hear me, just kindly signify. Hello? Can we all hear me? Thank you, Ojedo. Okay. Okay, thank you, Kunle. Olanipekun. Thank you very much. Okay. Ramotabelo, thank you very much. So please keep dropping your questions. Please keep dropping your questions. Yes, please keep dropping your questions. We're going to pick all of them one after the other. So while my colleagues are still trying to stay connected with me, I'm just going to quickly do some other things. So basically we're still going to be emphasizing on some key things that we thought some of us got the previous time, but they didn't get it. We still keep getting questions like, can I set my promotional settings to probably 20% of probably five subjects, 30% of probably five subjects and everything. So we are going to say this. Please, the most minimum settings should be the one set by the ministry. Kindly view the default promotional settings, and if the promotional settings, kindly view the default promotional settings, and if you feel you're not comfortable with it, it is either you use that promotional settings or you increase it. For instance, probably the promotional settings is 10%. It is either you use 30%, 100%, 50%. I hope we get what I'm saying. But you can't use maybe 8%. I hope we get what we are saying. So that is about the promotional settings. Please, promotional settings should be the one the ministry had already set. So I'm going to be picking up some few questions till Mr. Kinden is going to join us. I'm going to pick up some few questions. Okay. So from Muturayo Yabode, I can see a question that says, is it compulsory for primary six learners to print out their third term results? Is it compulsory for primary six learners to print out their third term results? Number one, I think the major aim of our e-dossiers is for every learner to be able to get their results. Probably their parents can print their results for them and also check their report card. So the major thing for at the end of the whole term is everybody gets to see the evaluation of each learner. If you feel you want to print it for them, fine. But just please do make sure that every learners get to have their results. I hope that has answered our questions. So I get questions of Mr. Precious, are you with us? Please, if you're with us, kindly let us know. I get questions by Ayotunde Oguntayo. How is it possible to sort CRS from IRS within over 2,500? By what you're saying, I'm going to assume you're saying the 2,500 is probably the population. So basically what we did is for each classes, we understand the peculiarities in different religion studies. So you can you can select probably CRS for all of them, IRS for all of them, then uncheck the students that are not studying or taking that particular subject. You can uncheck it for them. So currently in the building we have Mr. Adewale Kayode. We have Mr. Adewale Kayode. Mr. Adewale Kayode, you're welcome to our session. You're welcome to our session. We see you and we appreciate you for joining us. So while my colleagues are still trying to join in, I'm still going to be taking some few questions. Mr. Adewale Kayode is also going to be answering some of our very peculiar questions. Mr. Adewale Kayode, please say hello to the house.
Hello, good afternoon. And I
You're
want
welcome.
to, yeah, good afternoon, dear colleagues.
Good
And
afternoon, sir.
to Miss Queensley, thank you for having me here. It's my pleasure joining you this afternoon.
You're welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. So we're still going to be taking some of the questions. Mr. Precious, if you can hear me, please kindly signify. Please kindly signify. So while we are still trying to pick up, I'm still going to pick some questions that have been here. So let me just pick questions, please. So I got a question from Olalikon. Okay. So Olalikon Okay said, also the placement for 2022/2023 is not active. We are very aware of that, and firstly, we are going to apologize for that. There is currently an update going on in which you will be notified very soon. Probably a migration will be set whereby all of the activities that we did is going to be migrated. But one way or the other, you're also always going to get updated. That's one of the benefits of subscribing to our channel, and also would update you via all of our WhatsApp platforms and every means of communication. So you're always going to get that. So I've been getting questions on, is there deadline for the e-dossier? Yes, please. There is deadline for the computation of e-dossier, and the deadline set by the ministry is on the 12th of this month. Is on the 12th of this month. 12th of this month is Friday. That means our deadline for the computation of our e-dossier is on the 12th for this month. So I get questions from Mr. Ojedokun Samuel. Mr. Ojedokun Samuel says, how can I remove the names of pupils who are no longer in the school? Firstly, I am going to tell you that you should not remove any pupils that are not in the school. However, you can choose not to register them for a particular term by not registering their subjects. You can choose not to register them for the subject or prepare their e-dossiers and things like that. But please do not remove the names of any pupils in your school. Please do not remove it. Um, I'm getting also questions about placement. Mr. Ojeni Ayodele said, pertaining to placement of primary six, can we change for pupil having no interest in first school? We are aware that the schools that are set for your schools are being set by the ministry, and if you do not place them, then you're not placing them into any secondary school. However, you can place them into a school and later transfer them later. But it is advisable that you place all of them in a school deemed by the Ministry of Education, and later you can transfer them from that school to whatever school that they want to go to. So there is always, of course, we know in the educational settings, we understand peculiarities in situations whereby there has to be transfer of learners. So yes, we can do that. And also, I'm getting questions from Ayodele Ayongbemi saying, are we to write the principal comment or it is automatic? No, sir, it is not automatic. The principal comment is not automatic. So please do well by writing the comments. Please do well by writing the comments. The principal's comment is not automatic. So please do well by writing the comments. So, and please, one more time, kindly like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get updated. So I'm going to be bringing in one of our facilitators soon, so they can answer our questions. So, but spending the time, I am still taking some questions. So please keep dropping your questions. I'm going to be picking them up. So I get questions by, please, repeaters report card not showing in my school. Repeaters 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 report card not showing in my school. So firstly, the fact that they repeated doesn't mean it would not show. The fact that they repeated. Oh, Mr. Adewale, do you have any answer for this, sir?
On the issues of repeaters, I think in my from my own end, firstly, let me appreciate Miss Queensley and all the technical teams from the EduTams. I want to appreciate this wonderful work you have been doing on the platform. On the question, please, repeaters report card is not showing in this code. The first thing, as we have been telling you on the help desk, I think the first thing to do is to go and clear the unregistered subjects for the student. If you try that after that and it is not still coming up, try to post the recommendation using the HOS account, or you do the normal necessary thing as a school portal admin. Once you have done all these and the result is still not showing, you can contact the technical team. That means they still need to check some things on it. But from my own end, once you are a student is not meriting the promotion, that doesn't mean his or her result will not show under the view result. It will definitely come up. But if it is not coming up, try to go to subject registration, under subject registration, and clear unregistered subjects for all the students. So once you have done that, the student result should automatically come up. Hello, I think I'm still on. So just like we have said, there are a lot of videos under the EduTams YouTube page that is talking about the promotion setting. So from my own end too, you can also, what you need to do as a school portal admin is that after all the subject teacher might have submitted all their scores, the next thing for you to do as a school portal admin is to log in under the broadsheet and go and do what we call approval. And this time around, because this is third term, you will need to do recommend promotion. You have to do that recommend promotion. After clicking the recommend promotion, then approve. So once you have done with that, then the next thing is to ask the HOS, that is the head of school, either headmaster at primary school or principal at secondary school. You log in using their own account, and if that HOS is not technologically inclined, if it is the school portal admin that is doing this for them, you will need to go under user manager, go under teacher, search for that HOS, and then log in as that HOS, and go and post promotion and publish the result. So thereafter, the student can view their result. I don't know if you still have any other question before Miss Queensley come up on board. It is quite unfortunate the network is not friendly here, but notwithstanding, we just have to look for a way to reach out to our people here. So at the same time, before they come up on board, we also want to appreciate all our school portal admin for all what they have been doing on OGSERA platform. I know together this has come to stay, and we'll continue enjoying it. Hello.
I'm with you, sir.
All right, so I'm done, man. So I think so far so good. I've been able to tell our wonderful school portal admin. We just need to continue appreciating them, despite all the challenges they are facing on it. They are still on top of it, and at the same time, we are also appreciating EduSam for giving us this platform as well. Then we need to appreciate his excellency too. Because if the governor did not give us the platform, the opportunity, a kind of approval to operate on this platform, we will not be doing this. And as a teacher in Ogun State, we are really enjoying this wonderful job that EduTam is doing for us. If not for this platform, by now, all of us will still be on the paper dossier, computing the result, doing this and that. But all these are
Using Ashobura.
yes, even the so-called Ashobora, which is the broadsheet. And like I told the EduSam teams, We normally get 2 Asho for the third term. We get the third term broadsheet. We also get the cumulative broadsheet, and we have to do all these. So we want to appreciate every time. Thank you very much. And we also want to appreciate the Honorable Commissioner for Education, Professor A.A. Arigabu, a fellow of the Mathematical Association of Nigeria. We really appreciate all of them. Thank you, man. So over to you, man.
Yes, sir. Please don't go, sir. We still have a question take also. From Mr. Ojeni Ayodele, he said, "Is the comment compulsory because the network is bad and we have been giving deadline? So is the comments, the teacher's comments,
Okay.
the principal comments,
Okay.
is it compulsory, sir?"
The teacher comment and then the HOS comment is very, very compulsory. Just like when we normally use the conventional method to do it, like I told you, if not for this platform, by now all teachers cannot proceed on their holidays. We'll still be in school doing the class teacher comment, and once you are done with the class teacher comment, you pass it on to the head of the department or form coordinators or the vice principal administration to do what we call principal's remark for the principal. So it is very, very important, very compulsory for us to put teachers' comment on the report sheet, because let us assume you are a parent and your child comes home with report sheet without class teacher comment or without the principal comment. You will not like it. So I want to beg all our class teacher and SPA to please make sure immediately after the HOS publish the result, or before the HOS publish the result, let us start putting the class teacher comment, and also the SPA can also do that of HOS, that is the principal or head of school comment on the report sheet. Is very, very important, please. And don't mind the network. Like I told you, you cannot do everything at once. You can pick it class by class. We still have the time. You can do it time by time. If the network is not giving you that opportunity, you can just give it exercise patient, or you look for a location where the network is okay and do that. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ojedi Yayodele. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adewale Kayode. We are so blessed to have you. Thank you so much for joining our live session. So currently, I'm going to be calling on Mr. Akindeng. And to note, Mr. Akindeng, sir, we didn't really hear everything you
Yes,
told
yes.
us the other time. So please do us a favor by practically going back and explaining all of those things to us in a very short while. Thank you very much. Please carry on, sir.
Okay, please, can you hear me now? Just let me know if my audio is clear now,
Yes,
right?
we
Yes,
can hear
yes,
you
we can,
clearly.
sir.
Awesome. All right. So
Very
thank you
well.
very much. Okay. All right. All right. So yeah. So like I said, once again, it's very important and vital, that schools, each school, especially those of us that are in the junior secondary or senior secondary, it's important and vital that we ensure for the promotion setting, we ensure we follow the criteria or standard that has been set by the ministry. All right. So the ministry have set the minimum criteria. That's like a minimum benchmark. It means that schools cannot go below that benchmark. All right. So the only opportunity or the only rule you have there is that if you want to increase, for example, ministry have said that the pass mark is 45 for that particular division, right? So it means that you can't go below 45, you can only increase it. Okay, so it is essential that we take note of that. Very, very important. And also very essential as well. It is also essential that all SPs and HOS ensure that we are able to meet up with the deadline that has been set by the ministry. All right. So the ministry has set that deadline for schools to complete all their results, third-term professional results, is August 12th, which is this Friday. Okay, so this is also very essential for SPAs to ensure that they are able to meet up with the deadline, that has been set. And also, I'm sure that some of us have had issues around placement, result processing. So we'll be doing a bit of demonstration around all of that right now. And I'm sure those of us that have questions, like I said once again, remember to make use of the chat section. We'll be taking the questions directly from there. I also want to do a demonstration around the placement. Okay, so for those of us now, if you check your placement now, you see that it's a bit different from what you have the last week. So right now, it is easier for you to do your placement to schools, and you can also change the placement. Say, for example, two placement school are set for my school, and for example, I place a student in a school, and I want to change that placement. So now you can remove the placement and replace the student in the other school. That opportunity is quite open now. So there is most of the frequent questions that we also have is around, okay, the quota that is set for the placement school for my school is full. What do I need to do? All right, so the ministry are currently working around the clock to ensure that they are increasing the quota for such school. All right, so I'm sure the ministry they are keeping track of all of your questions. Remember, just continue to drop your questions, those kind of questions in the WhatsApp chat section. So the ministry will pick it up from there and see if they can, once they can, increase the quota for that school. The only thing you just have to ensure you do is that continue to check if the quota has been updated, so you can ensure you complete all your quota, necessarily time. So I'm trying to do a practical demonstration now, just to see how we can do that. But my screen is not coming up yet. Maybe I'll do a different setting right now. But while we are waiting for that, Quincy, please, maybe we could proceed to the taking some questions that we have while I still try to solve sharing my screen. So Quincy, are you still here? Or Precious, if you could work on taking the questions, that could also be helpful as well. Yes, so Precious, could you proceed with the question, like respond to the question? I'm trying to solve to share my screen.
All right. Do you mean I should bring up the questions?
No, I think there is a question up now.
Yeah,
Please,
I just showed the question now. All right, this person. Okay, let me just. All right, let me just answer this question. So, kindly the time Mr. Akindele will come up. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
All right. This question says, please, are we to wait till placement issue is fixed because some have been using 2021 2022 session for the placement. All right, we are sorry. We are very sorry. We are very sorry for this, and we are currently working on this. We know it's supposed to be 2022/2023 session. So please, any moment from now, this will be fixed. Any moment from now, this will be fixed. So just make sure you check back later, maybe today or tomorrow, and it will be fixed. All right. Thank you for that. All right. This is also Mr. Alaja. Sorry, Alaja Rahman. He said, sir, we have 3 arms in primary 5, but it's being placed on 2 arms for primary 6. I don't seem to understand this question, Alaja. Please, if you can retype this question in the more explanatory way, please, so that we can get the question and answer you appropriately. Thank you very much for that. All right.
so maybe before you take the questions away, Mr. Precious, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir. You mean this Elijah Rahman question?
All
Sir,
right.
we have 3 arms in primary 5, but it has been placed on 2 arms for primary 6. I think the last time we met, these are some of the areas we discussed. We had, we had a discussion around that. For instance, these students are coming from primary 5 with 3 arms. So going to primary 6 as well, I think there is need for them to also have 3 arms there. Meanwhile, in the previous section, what they were claiming is that they have 2 sections. Sorry, they have 2 arms in that class. If there is a way, because I think I get a question, there is a lot of my colleagues asking a lot of questions around this, especially those in secondary school. So if there's something
Okay.
you can help us to do in this area, I think
Okay.
is
If I
helpful.
can get you where, sir, you are okay. It's like This question is talking about the arms on the broadsheet.
Yes, yes,
All right, okay, okay, okay. Please, we are also working on this presently. We can understand that all schools are promoting. Most of the schools are promoting to only one arm for the next
yes,
class or the next session.
yes,
So
yes.
we've discovered this, and we are currently working on it. So please, you can also check well, check back later before the resumption date. This will be fixed
Okay,
before
thank you, sir.
before the date. All right. Thank you very
I
much
think
for that. Sir.
I think in order to assist our colleagues in secondary school too, this can also happen in secondary school. So Mr.
All
Precious is
right.
trying to tell us that we should exercise patience. Is going to be sorted out. For some of us that have, let's say, we have GSS 1A, B, C, up to D in GSS 1. Why going to GSS 2? They only have 4 arms. So where would they place those in E? So Mr. Precious is assuring us now that all those things will be sorted out before the beginnings of the new section.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Adewale. All right. I'm trying to look for questions so I can pick up and answer them. All right. This is a question from Mr. Kunle Olanipekun. It says I have cleared the unregistered subject still the same. I think if I understand this question, you are trying to say that you can't view your report card and you've followed the steps that was listed out, that is to clear unregistered subject and disapprove and approve. If you've done that, you've clear unregistered subject, you've this unpublished and you've approved again, and the report card are still not coming up, it means there is a student in that class or the affected student that a subject has been registered for, but you haven't upload score for them. So you have to cross check all your subject registration, cross check all the subject and all the students you've uploaded scores for, and make sure there is no subject you haven't uploaded scores for. This can only be the reason why your report card is not coming up. If all subjects and all students have scores uploaded for them, then your report card definitely come up. So if you've done that and the report card is not still coming up, then it means there is a registration you've done, but you haven't uploaded score for them yet. So please go back and cross check all your subject registration, cross check all the scores you've uploaded, and make sure no subject is missing. No subject is missing. Upload the subject that they are not. Let me use a case for example. Most schools that are having this issue is coming around almost all of the schools. This issue is coming around CRS and IRP. You know, the two subjects are somehow, I would like to say, elective in a sense. That is
Optional,
some
optional, optional.
optional. All right. Okay, they are optional. Thank you for that, Mr. Adewale. So these two subjects are optional. Some will be doing IRA, while some will be doing CRS. And I saw a school that some are doing IRA, some are doing CRS, but this guys pay registered IRA and CRS for all the students. So if you are trying to upload score for them now, you definitely miss some. You for those that are not offering CRS and you register CRS for, there's no way you are going to upload score for them. And in that case, your report card will not come up. All you have to do is go back to your subject institution. Those ones that are not offering CRS, that are offering RRP, you have to register CRS for them. And those ones that are doing CRS but not doing RRP, you have to register IRP for them. Then disapprove the broadsheet and approve the broadsheet again. Then your report card will come up. Please, I hope I'm able to pass this message correctly. Sir, Mr. Adewale, please, am I explanatory enough, sir?
Yes, the I think your answer is clear enough. So just
All
to
right,
buttress what we are just saying,
all
in
right,
the areas of optional courses, so that means for those of us in primary school, we may likely face that challenge in the areas of IRS. And for those of us and what is it called, in senior school, we may likely face such what is it called, challenge in the areas of literatures, those subjects that are optional. You know, some of our colleagues, when they get to that subject registration, they always click register for all. And when you click register for all, don't forget there are some subjects that are optional. If you are not sorting those subjects one after the other, your students will be having issue in viewing the result, even if you still, despite clearing unregistered subject. Because if you clear unregistered subject, that doesn't mean those registration you do, those multiple registration you did will automatically come off. So you just have to go and check those optional subjects and make sure that the registration is done for appropriate students. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you very much for that, sir. All right, moving to the next question. All right, I've set next class column on brush. All right, I think I've answered this question before now, and I said, please, we should be patient about this. We discovered this and we are currently working on it. So please and please, Mr. Ayodele Ayogbemi, please be patient about this. This will be fixed before the resumption date. This will be fixed before the resumption date. All right. Thank you very much for that. Moving to the next question. He said, is it all school that the student have placed? My school have not. I don't seem to understand this question, but let me just say one or two things about placement. You are the one that will place students in the you are the one that will place students into the school that is at the ministry. That is, there is, if you log in as an SPA, by the side menu, you will see NENA's placement. Click on NENA's placement. After that, place student will drop down. Click on place student, and when place student come down, all the students in primary 6 will then come up. And at the front of each student, just like student manager, is an action button. You have to click that action button and click on sorry, when you click that action button, everything on how to place the student will then be dropped down. So you are the one that will now select the school to be placed to, and you have to, after selecting the school, you click on place student to this school, and that's all. So nobody is doing placement for you. You are the one that will do placement to the respective schools that has been allocated to you by the ministry. All right, please, I think I've made myself clear on that.
Hello, sir. I don't know
So
if
let me just,
okay, sir. I don't know if I can
all right,
support
sir.
you in that place. In the areas of
All
placement,
right, sir.
with my own little experience in the areas of placement, it's just like a relay race. It's just like a relay race. Someone is coming. The only place you can see placement is for SPA in primary school. You will see placement of your student from primary 6 to GSS 1. That is for now. That is the only place where we are having placement. So you are expected as an SPA of primary school to place your student to their allocated secondary school. So once we have done that now, by the time we resume in September, I think the junior secondary school students have to place those students now into classes. It's a relay, it's just like a relay race. Somebody is giving you betting. So people coming from primary 6 to GSS 1. So because I can see there is a lot of misconception around this, some of our colleagues in junior school have been calling that, hey, how do we place students in GSS? You don't need to place students in GSS 1. It is the duty of school portal admin in primary school to place students to secondary school. And our own duty as a school portal admin in junior secondary school is to take those, check under that list. You will see those students that have been placed from primary school to your respective school. Then your own is just to take them to the respective classes you want them to belong to. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Ade Wali. Right, moving to the next question. It's from Mr. Oluyomi Emmanuel. He said, I can view the brush sheet, but cannot app. Just loading and going back to the same page. This is definitely a network issue. This is a network issue. So all you need to do is just to clear your browser cache and reload the page. Then have a good network. Have a good network. It is a network issue, not a technical issue. So please have a good network. Make sure you have data on your mobile device, and clear your cache and reload the page. All right. So thank you very much for that. So it is not a technical issue, it's just your network issue. All right. From Heritage Multimedia Concept, you said my question has not been answered. Please and please, can you retype the questions again? The question you asked that has not been answered, please can you retype it again at That's heritage multimedia concept. And Mr. Al Amin Yusuf too, please kindly retype your questions. It might be an omission. Please kindly retype your questions. All right, God bless us. Thank you very much. All right. This is a
I don't
question
know,
from Mrs.
Precious.
All right, Mr. Adedeyin.
Yeah, I saw a question
All
that I
right,
want
sorry,
to. I don't know
sorry
if
for that. Let me
you have
just.
responded to the question though. Yes, proceed, Precious, proceed.
All right, let me just. Mr. Adedeyin, are you talking?
Yes, yes, I am. I said I saw a question, but it's
Let me,
okay. Let's proceed.
eh?
Okay, let's proceed. Yes, continue.
All right, all right. This is a
Hello,
question
Mr.
from
Precious. Mr.
eh,
Precious.
all right, sir.
I don't know if I can support you in this area. Unlike this question, Ms. Olabisi Balogun is asking about the
All right,
promotion.
sir.
I have some people that score 45% and still they are asked to repeat. I
Yes, sir.
think some of those things that I think can cause this is that if the teachers has not done the right thing in the areas of going to visiting the promotion setting, if they have not visited the promotion setting and they have not approved or recommend promotion, because I think this happened to me too in my own school, at a point where published I have not published using the HOS account. I'm still seeing some students that merit the promotion, being getting the recommendation for to repeat. So they just have to go and do some of these things, all these necessary things. As an SPA, make sure to recommend promotion and approve. Go and log in as head of school of your school, post promotion, and make sure you publish the result. Until you have done this, it is possible for those students that merit promotion in your school still having not promoted. So let's do all this. And I don't know if the technical team will allow me to do this. If you have done all this and you still observe that students that merit promotion are still not getting promotion, and you view their report sheets and it's still showing there, you can contact the technical team. There is something you can do on that that will give them automatic promotion once you are sure they merit the promotion. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Adewale. So, Mr. Adewale has answered this question. So, as an SPA, before your student can be promoted based on the criteria you choose to use, that is either your criteria you set yourself or the default criteria set by the ministry. Before student can be promoted based on that criteria, SPA has to click on approve broadsheet and recommend promotion. So as an SPA, you are
Yeah.
clicking two buttons, approve broadsheet and recommend promotion. And as an HOS, you are also clicking two buttons, that is post recommendation and publish broadsheet. So please get that very well. Please just click those two buttons and your student will be promoted based on the
Even
set criteria. Thank you
yes,
very
to
much for
even
that.
add more. To add more to what Mr. Precious and Mr. Dewale said, right? So, like Mr. Precious said, the system would definitely be promoting based on the criteria. All right. So, if a child score 45 now, probably the child did not score 45 or did not pass the other subject that has been set. For example, for junior secondary school now, we said the pass mark is 45 in mathematics and English, then 40 in any other five subjects. It could be that the student scored 45 in maths and English, and maybe the student did not pass any of the other five subjects that has been set by the system. All right. So the system is definitely checking for that promotion criteria that has been set. All right. So it is only if that child have not met that criteria, that is when the system will not promote that child. So Mr. Olabisi Balogun, you might want to check that as well. The system is promoting based on the criteria that has been set. Okay, and like Mr. Adewale also said, you need to ensure that confirm the approval from the broadsheet, HOS approval, and also confirm the post recommendation, and also confirm that HOS has also done post recommendation. All right. So once all of those things is met, right, the student will be promoted based on the criteria that has been set. So yes, thank you. We can move on to the next question.
All right. This next question says, please answer this. Why is first time average score not showing on the broadsheet?
Okay.
All right.
All right. All right. So the average score will not show, right, on your broadsheet, for example, the third term broadsheet. It is only when you click on approve scores that is when the scores for first term would show. All right. So if the score for first term and second term is not showing, probably you've not done something proper for the first term, right? Or you've not approved from the third term. And if that is the case, right, what you might want to do is to, on your broadsheet, go back to your first term, disapprove the scores on for first term, publish, approve and publish again. All right, then come back to your third term as well, then do the same thing. All right. We also noticed that one or two schools have complained around that area. So if this is also, we would also check from here to ensure that there are no technical glitches around that area. But definitely, once you click on approve score from your broadsheet, that will do the summation or calculation for both first term and second term results, that second term scores that will display on the broadsheet for you. So I am Razak Kodri. I hope that answers your questions. Yeah. Yeah, so thank you, Precious. Hopefully, we can go to the next one.
All right. This is the next question. He said, how is it possible to sort out over 2,000 students? All
Okay,
right.
so I'm not sure this question is
Mr.
quite clear enough, though.
Yeah, Mr. Yotunde Oguntayo,
Please,
please kindly.
I'm sorry. Let me explain the question. It is a follow up for a previous question. So the question is about CRS and IRS subjects. That how is it possible to click how to uncheck the CRS and the IRS subject to sort out the subjects for about
Oh,
2,000 students? Yes, please. So you can answer, sir.
well, that's very. Thank you, Quincy. That's very straightforward, right? So you just do it per class. Your student registration, right? Subject registration page. Once that page has opened, there's a button that you can use to uncheck those that are doing IRK or those that are doing CR. You're only unchecking for those students that are not doing it, right? Normally, from the beginning, these are what you have been you ought to do as an SP. Because I remember vividly that at the beginning of this term, we shared some of the key essence that SPAs need to do. And one of them was that to ensure that you set subject registration appropriately for students. Okay, so those are key things that we need to ensure we do as SPA. Once everything has been set, you are less likely to have any issues like we are having now. All right. So in this case now, what you just need to do, Mr. Tunde Oguntayo, is that subject registration, open the page. All right, then you do it per class. Students that are not doing CRK, you uncheck for them, and those that are doing IRK, you leave for them. So you do for both IRK and CRK, respectively. Once that is done, then the result would automatically display for all students. So I hope that answers the questions. Yes, so we can go to the next question.
This is the next question. Can you
Oh,
see the
the
next
ministry
question?
said yes, I can see. The ministry said 40 for my
All right.
school. No, no, you can. It depends on your division. Oh. I'm not so sure I go when I say 45, right? Depends on your division. All right. So just ensure that it's what is there. If you decide you want to increase it, then you can go ahead to increase it for your school. All right. The only thing is that you cannot go below that benchmark that has been set. But if you decide to want to increase the benchmark based on your school peculiarity, you can do that. So hopefully that answers your question.
All right.
Yes. So, Sardinian School, my community is comprehensive high school. All right. So, one of the key things that we also need to note is that it's the ministry that is involved in setting placement schools for each of your school. All right. So, it is the placement school that has been set by the ministry for your school. That is what you will be seeing on your page. Okay, so in this case, you might just need to reach out to the ministry, probably the PRS department. So they might be the best, department to reach in this case, right? At our own end or at our own level here, we don't have access to do all of those things, right? The ministry have only set all of these placement schools based on the data that they have. So you might reach out to them to, for further clarification around that area. So, Tokwe Olagoke, I hope that helps to answer that question. Yeah. So, do you have another question before I do the
Just
demonstration
answer
around the
this question.
placement?
You said?
Meaning that placement is for primary school.
Okay, sorry, sir. So there's a question. Funke Anna, what can I do when there is an omission of some scores in the broadsheet after uploading and approving them?
Okay. Thank you, Kingsley. Majorly right. Whatever will be showing on your broadsheet is what has been uploaded. In this case now, there are many instances that the case might be, right? It could be, for example, now as a teacher, I have uploaded that score. Probably I did not submit, okay, and I've already approved on my broadsheet. That's when or the scores will not display. Another instances could also be maybe when the teacher uploaded the score, there was no score for that student. Okay, so that could also be some of the reason why. So in this case, what you need to do that you can solve this is for that particular class on your broadsheet, disapprove the broadsheet first. Right. Once you have done that, then go to the upload score page and also disapprove for that for only just that subject. Okay, disapprove the subject. Before you disapprove, try to view the score sheet. All right, viewing the score sheet will display all the names of the student and their respective scores. So you can get to see where exactly the issue is wrong. So you can purge the score, then re-upload. Once you re-upload that both C and exam score, ensure you approve it. So once this is done, go back to your broadsheet, approve them. It's definitely going to show on your broadsheet. So those could be some of the reasons why the scores is not showing for that student. Remember, it could be because when the teacher uploaded the score, there was no scores uploaded for that student. All right. All right. So in that case, just disapprove from your broadsheet, then go back to your upload score page. So on your from the upload score page, right? You can first view the score sheet, then purge and ensure you do the necessary adjustment. Once that is done, once the score has been uploaded, ensure you submit it, then go back to your broadsheet and approve. Once this is done, everything will definitely come out clearly. So I hope that answers the question. Yep.
All right, thank you very
Okay.
much, Mr. Kinzeng. So I think we are still having questions on the placement, and Mr.
So
Amosu
before we take,
said,
I'm so sorry. Before we take the questions, could I just briefly do a description, a brief demonstration around the placement? So then maybe that could also help to
please
answer
do.
the question. All right,
Please
thank you.
present your
So I
screen,
think
please,
my
Mr.
screen
Kinzeng.
should share correctly now. Please let me know if my screen is showing. So is my
Okay.
screen showing now?
Yes, it is. Yes,
Awesome, awesome. All
you're
right,
on
thank
air,
you.
please.
So for the placement, right? So once you're on the placement page, remember unlike what you used to have before that you have placement and you have unplacement, everything is now on a single page. Okay, so at the front of each student, there's an action box there, right? So if I want to place students now, just click on this action box, then you see set student placement. All right, then you see the available schools that has been set, just like the normal one. You choose the school that you want to set that student to, then you proceed to placement. Say, for example, I've placed this student and I want to unplace this student from this school. Maybe I have two schools that are two placement schools that was set to my school for the ministry, and I want to remove this student now. Just click on the action box there. You see the remove student placement. Then you follow the necessary steps. So that will help to remove the student. So another interesting thing now is that, so maybe for example now, so I want to print out all students placement list for my school. You will see the print option at the top. If you click on it, it will display all the student lists and you can print out the student placement list. Then you can paste it in your school, as appropriate. All right. So all of that is now done on a single page. The only thing here is that if maybe the quota set for example, I want to place this student now. all right, and he's saying I can't place because the quota set for this school is filled up. All right. In that case, just ensure you drop your question, or you drop that complaint in the WhatsApp group. All right. The ministry personnel are also monitoring all of these things. So what they will do is that once they've seen it, they will ensure reach out to the school, confirm that there is still availability to take in more students. If that is done, if they've done the confirmation, so then they can proceed to increasing the quota. Then the only thing that you just need to do at your end is check every day to ensure whether the allocation, the quota has been increased, so you can quickly place your student to that particular school. So for those of us that have issues around placement, so that's majorly what we can do around the placement. And also very interestingly, I said as well, there are some particular updates that SPAs will also be doing in coming days, right? So some of us have done it before, and we just need to update all of these details. And it's just your school geolocation, right? Updating your school geolocation. If you log in on your page now, you see that there's an extra module that is called the Google Map. If you can see my screen now, the Google Map, all right? It's just a matter of updating your school location, right? And you're not doing anything to elaborate there. So once you click the Google Map, then you see the update geolocation. All right. So this one is just asking you to update your school location. So once you have done that, you will see the get school. Ensure that when you are doing this, you are within the school premises, right? You are within the school premises, because this will use the geolocation, your Google Map, to capture your school location on the map. All right. So once you click on the get school location, it's going to get your school location on the map. And also very interestingly, you need to upload the picture. You are going to upload the front view picture and the side view picture. On that page, you see upload picture button here. So you can take your school picture, the front view, the side view. All right. So take it and you upload it as appropriate. So that is what you'll be required to do in the update school geolocation. In coming days now, we'll be pushing out the update on our various WhatsApp platforms. So this is just a brief description on what we'll be doing in the school geolocation module. You're just updating your school geolocation. Just ensure that you are within your school premises and you are only taking pictures of the front view and also the side view respectively. So I hope that solve the major complaint around that area. Okay, so yes, quickly we can go back to taking the questions right now. So for those of us that have questions, remember you can continue to make it of the chat section. That is also welcome as well. Thank you. Quincy, you are muted. Your mic is muted if you are. And I see that you're talking.
All right, Mr. Aseka, thank you so much for giving us that wonderful presentation. So, please, do you have any other update for us that we need to take note of all through the promotional examinations?
Okay. For now, I'm not sure there is any particular update. Just ensure that your school meet up with the deadline that has been set for August 12th, right? And which is this Friday, all right? And like Mr. Precious have said and Mr. Diwala has also shared, those of us that are having issues with results not showing, you need to just check your subject registration, right? Once that has been checked appropriately, the results will display appropriately for students. So no major update around that area, except we just want to respond to questions and issues that people are having.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you very much, Mr. Aseka. Mr. Precious, do you have anything for us before we go?
All right, nothing much. I just want to urge our distinguished SPAs and HOS to please do the needful before the end of this week. I think Friday is the deadline for third term report card. So please, there's no challenge, nothing. All the modules on the platform are working perfectly for you to get that done before Friday. Just make sure you have a good device and a good network, and you are good to go. And thank you for joining us for today again. God bless us. All right.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Precious or Jeremy and Mr. Akide Isaka. We would have loved
I'm so sorry, Quincy. Before we end this, I
please.
know I know I've seen a question around this, that for some schools that we are yet to complete first term or second term results. So for that case, we are having issues with completing our third term. All right. So for those of us that are in that category, we might just have to hold on a bit. All right, because current session that is active now is the third term. All right, so we are still trying to see how we can make it flexible to open first and second term, so you can quickly make your adjustment and complete your third term result upload. So you might need to just hold on a bit. Hopefully, between today and tomorrow, that should be done. But ensure that you've done everything necessary for your third term, so that will not be the delay, so that you can at least meet up with the deadline for August, which is Friday. All right, so that could also be another important update that we might need to take note of. So thank you once again. That is it from my own end. I don't know if
Okay,
Sister
so
has
thank you
any.
very much, Mr. Isiaka. So, Mr. Adewale, please, do you have anything for us, sir?
All right, I don't have much. I just want to give my own parting word for all my dear colleagues outside there. And I want us to all remember that Ogun State has been at the forefront in all matters relating to education in Nigeria. And just like a state that pioneered formal education in Nigeria, and we have seen a lot of things that the present administration has done in the areas of Ogun State education revitalization agenda, which is OGSERA. So we want all of us to support the Ministry of Education. And as this platform has been a relief to all teachers, let us keep on, you know, taking advantage of this platform now, and let's also encourage others to continue using this, as we are hoping to hear good news from our honorable commissioner very soon. By God's grace, we believe all the SPAs and all the teachers will definitely, we are waiting a lot of good news from them, because we need a lot of support from the state government. And I want to really appreciate the consultant that powered this platform, edutimes.net. We appreciate you all, and we wish you all best of luck. Thank you, Sas and Ma. So bye for now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adewale Kayode. It's so nice having you here with us, and we do celebrate you. So, Mr. Akindeng and Mr. Precious, we say thank you also. And please, to our distinguished SPAs and HOS, we celebrate you, and we want you to know that we do not take it for granted. Please keep on giving us your unending support, and please help us make Ogun State's educational system great. Till we see you again next week. Till we see you again this Thursday. And please do well by liking and subscribing, and also clicking our notification bells. Thank you so much once again. I am Ademola Quincy Adejimoke. See you on Thursday. Take care.